Hi guys, it's Rizzo and I am here this morning. I'm all pumped up to talk to you about exercising with type 1. It's a struggle. It's a trial and error. And I really wish there was this magic book that I could open up and I would say, hey, if you're gonna do this exercise for this long at this speed, it's gonna drop your blood sugars this amount or make it going up this amount. But there is no such thing. Right? Because we are all different, and depending on our exercise, what time of day, how many carbs, yeah, it's overwhelming. So what I'm gonna do is my own little journey, and I'm gonna keep track, and I'm gonna share with you what I learned. So that way, maybe it'll help, maybe it'll just give someone encouragement, and yeah, make life a little bit easier for someone else. I don't know. But disclaimer, please always check with your doctor before starting any exercise routine, especially if you are a diabetic, especially if you're a type 1. And yeah, so this is just my experience and I'm just gonna share with you what I've learned about me and my exercising. All right, so let's start with this beautiful machine right there. This machine I love. Like, I don't have a name for it, but we should name it something very nice and sweet because she is a sweet lady, okay? So no matter what, I know I can come down and sit on my butt and pedal for 30 minutes and my blood sugars typically will drop about 20 to 25 points. No matter what time of day, no matter how many carbs I've had, I know she is very steady. She is very right on point. I love her, okay? She's perfect. My go-to machine, if I'm just want to exercise and get it done and over with, she is like my go-to girl, okay? You'll notice behind me, my weightlifting rack. Yes, I love weightlifting. I have not done it now for probably a year because of under doctor's orders. I had torn my ACL in my knee and it's literally, I think, been a year to date and my doctor still has me on 2 exercises that I'm allowed to do, and that is the biking or that thing right there, treadmill. And we're gonna talk about that. But first, if you can think of a name for that machine, it needs one. We have a love-hate relationship. It's not so nice right now, and I'll tell you why here in a little bit. But yeah, put in the comments some names that you can think of. I don't want to be mean, a mean name for it, but it's difficult, so it needs a difficult name. Anyway, yeah, I would love to see my audience name my stuff. That'd be awesome. Anyway, so biking, I think, is a really easy exercise for starting out as a type 1 diabetic because it's just kind of working that lower legs. You're not physically exerting yourself too much. And it's something easy that I could watch and just relax while doing. So like I said, it only affects my blood sugars about 20 to 25 points. Now that being said, I only do it at a nice slow pace. I'm not speed bicycling or anything like that. I haven't yet anyway. I think my doctor would be cringing if he saw me doing that. So anyway, that's that. And right behind me, I hope we will get back into CrossFitting and weightlifting. It's just gonna take baby steps. But let's really talk about this machine because that's what this video is mainly about. We'll just call it for now. So here's what I do when starting any exercise routine. So I keep a spiral notebook on it and an ink pen. And what I do is I write down exactly what I'm doing. So I'll write down day 1 or the date, 0 incline, speed of 3. Yes, I know it's slow, but it's a starting point. And then how many minutes, which I typically try to do it exactly the same every day for quite some time. So I do it for 30 minutes starting out. So I have done this now. I think today was day 9, and I'm going to share with you what I found out. I literally have dropped points from anywhere from 5 to 69. Hello. That is a huge difference. One day I get on it and I only drop 5 points. The next day I get on it, I drop 69 points. So let's talk about that. Normally I do my workouts in the morning. I am typically low in the morning for blood sugars. I'm usually getting woke up with like an 85 or an 80 alarm going off saying, hey, get up and eat breakfast. So I don't have that dawn phenomena right now. All I know is in the mornings, I am pretty stable and low, like average, 80 and 85. And so I know I have to eat breakfast before I start exercising. So what I typically do is my doctor has me eating 45 carbs per meal at a max. And if I know I'm getting ready to do an aerobic exercise like that machine over there, I'm gonna max out those 45 carbs. Now what I found out over these last 9 days is if I eat those 45 carbs and if I wait for them to kick in, so I get my blood sugars to about 115, 120. I know I can now get on the treadmill and start walking it, and usually those carbs will continue to kick in as I'm walking. So by the time I get off my treadmill, I don't see a huge difference in point drops. But that's after 9 days of doing it, and my body's gotten used to that. So I've also waited until, I peak out on my blood sugars from all my carbs. So sometimes, my blood sugars will get like up to 166 and they're not climbing anymore. Then I know I maxed out on my carbs. And then I'll go get on the treadmill at that point and then do my exercises and watch it fall until I get back into like a normal range. So that's kind of the way I do it. I have gotten on the treadmill when, again, my blood sugars have been only 115, but because I just ate and those carbs are, kind of kicking in while I'm doing that slow walk, I know I can do it and then it doesn't affect my blood sugars hardly at all. And that's where that 5-point difference is at versus that 69. So if I eat and I'm up at 169 for a blood sugar, and I wait until that point, and then I go walk on the treadmill, it brings it down. So that's why I'm getting that 69-point difference versus I'm getting on the treadmill as soon as I eat breakfast and my carbs are at like 111 or my blood sugar is at 111, and then those carbs that I just ate carry me through that whole workout, and I get off and it's only dropped my blood sugars by 5 points. So do you see that huge difference? Like it matters. It matters so much on how many carbs you eat, what time of day, what types of carbs that you're eating, and how soon you're exercising after eating those carbs gives you that point difference. So it's definitely trial and error, and I'm learning a lot. So let's talk about insulin. And how it affects my exercising. I do not use a pump. I use just injections. So once I give myself an injection, you can't take that back. So it's kind of one of those things that when you are insulin dependent, and you have 2 options when you use injections. Either you're going to decrease your insulin a little bit, or you're going to increase your carbs. Those are our 2 main options. So, and of course, don't decrease your insulin without checking with your doctor and making sure that they're aware of what you're trying to do and things like that. I'm telling you not to do that. I'm just explaining to you what I found out with my experiences here. So what I did is I left my insulins alone, and I just tried to eat my normal breakfast, my normal carbs, and then get on the treadmill. And what I found out is the first 3 or 4 days was the biggest difference for me. Like, I saw such a rapid drop in, my blood sugars getting on that treadmill, because again, my body hasn't been walking on the treadmill, even though I'm only doing it at a 3-speed for 30 minutes. It's a new exercise, and my body is like, whoa, wake up here. Like, we are burning energy. We got to pump out this, and we're going to drop that blood sugar really fast. We're using so much energy. Yeah, right? It's like a wake-up call to my body. Like, hello, I haven't done this, so we're going to burn more today than what we use on the bicycle. So what happened after that, though, after those first 3 or 4 days of doing it, is I noticed my body kind of relaxed a little bit. It was kind of like, we're just getting on that machine again. We're only going to walk a speed of 3, a 0 incline for 30 minutes. We got this. We did it the last 3 days. Like, we can calm down kind of thing. So once your body starts getting used to it, it seems like it doesn't affect it as much. Like, it takes a while for it to get used to it, but then it kind of calms down and relaxes after a little while. But again, with that said, it just depends on everything else. What you're eating, what time of day, how many carbs, blah, blah, blah. So anyway, the first, I think, 2 or 3 days, I left my insulin alone and just tried to eat extra carbs with my breakfast. And then I wanted to try the other way too. So all I did was reduce my nighttime insulin by 1 unit. And my thinking behind that was because I started going low like twice during the day and twice at nighttime. And I knew it was because of my new exercise routine. So I thought, well, maybe I need less of the long-acting insulin, so we just dropped it only by a point. But what happened in those only 2 days that I tried that was, I didn't go low at nighttime or during the day anymore, but I was struggling to keep my blood sugars from spiking after I ate and then staying up at that spike for longer periods of time. So for me, trying to reduce my insulin was not the answer. My body needed it to still do its job. So that then made me realize, okay, my body is going to be one of those that I'm just going to have more carbs before working out and during the workout. So that's what I'm going to do. So after 2 days of only reducing my long-acting for just by a point for 2 days, I then went back up that 1 point. So I started my normal insulin, and then I just started really watching and making sure that my carb intake was the maximum that I could have of 45 carbs. And then of course, I always have my juice and snacks with me right on the treadmill. So if I need to grab quick, I can. So now that I've done it for 9 days, my body is definitely getting used to it. My blood sugars overall are definitely stabilizing. So what I mean by that is literally they are staying like at 90 all the way through the night. Like this beautiful straight line all night long until the sun comes up and, it's time for me to wake up. Then it'll start going down to like 85 or 80 and I get up and eat. But I haven't really seen that benefit. Like after I eat like lunch or breakfast, I really have to not maximize my 45 carbs, because if I do, I've noticed I'll go up after eating. I wouldn't say a huge spike, but I mean, it's higher numbers than I would like staying at 140, 160 after eating. And then it's staying up there for a longer period of time. It's not coming down like I would like it to. So I'll talk to my doctor about that on Monday. I might need to change up my fast-acting insulins a little bit to make that a little bit better. But overall, the exercise so far of only the 9 days with it is making a difference. So it's stabilizing. I have nice numbers throughout the night and day. It is definitely helping with that. So yeah. So yeah, you guys, if you're struggling with exercising, especially if it's just like the IT machine here, the treadmill, or biking, or even another exercise, let me know in the comments and let me know if you have tricks or things that you've noticed. Cause I know everyone is different. So, what works for one person definitely doesn't work for the next, but I am curious to know how everyone else is doing it. So what I plan on doing, because I've already noticed after 9 days of doing the treadmill that my body is starting to get used to it already. So I'm thinking about after, maybe another day or two of doing the speed of 3, that I'm gonna bump it up and do another speed of 4 and do it for 30 minutes at 0 incline and watch what my body does. I think at the speed of 5, that for me is a slow jog because I'm only 5'4". So usually if I put it on 5, that is a slow jog for me. And hopefully I'll get to that point and wait until my doctor, of course, releases me with my torn ACL on my knee so I can start jogging and putting that pressure back on my knee. But if not, I'll figure out a way to do maybe walking with an incline instead. So yeah, so that's what I do. I keep track. I do the same exercise for quite a time frame until I notice my blood sugar is stabilizing and getting used to it. And then I will try something else and go from there. And I'll definitely try to do other videos on what I'm doing and what I'm finding out and things like that. If you guys would be interested in that, let me know again in the comments, because I want to try doing a lot of different things, but I will take it slow and I'm going to just do it one thing at a time and see what happens. So thanks for watching, and don't forget to name these beautiful machines. Like that one, again, she is nice. She is very, secure. She is my go-to girl. She needs a name. That over there, it's difficult. So whatever. We need a name for that too. And I don't know if you want to name my weight rack too, but I don't know. It's going to be a while before I can use that. I mean, I can use it for upper body and stuff like that, which I have started doing that a little bit here and there after I get off the treadmill once in a while. But yeah, it's definitely going to take time before I'm in the full effect of it anyway. So thanks for watching, you guys, and have a good day. And don't forget, exercise under doctor's orders, of course.